Today on Show Me St. Louis,
It's like a rock concert for kids.
meet the local musician kids can't get enough of. Good afternoon and welcome to the show. I'm Wendy Erickson. For the past 12 years, a musician by the name of Mr. Saxophone has been dazzling kids around St. Louis with his tunes. Well, he recently went from solo act to full-out band. Dana Hendrickson has the story on Mr. Saxophone and Friends.
Yes, Wendy. You know, a Mr. Saxophone and Friends concert is much like taking a drive in your minivan.
Yes,
the
you've
kids,
heard.
High School Musical, is that what they like?
Yeah, little kids bop. It depends upon the day.
Yeah, yeah, they went crazy. That was really fun. Well, anyway, Mr. Saxophone doesn't play High School Musical, or maybe he does, I don't know. But he'll play anything from his own songs to cover songs from bands like the Beatles. But it seems no matter what he plays, kids go nuts for Mr. Saxophone and Friends.
Here comes the sun, I say it's all right.
Singing and saxophone playing sensation, Dave Farber won't admit it,
I don't know about that, but, you know, I do my best.
but if his diehard fans and groupies are any suggestion, members of Farber's kids band, Mr. Saxophone and Friends, are bona fide rock stars.
Just to see people's eyes light up, I can't get enough of that.
Even when they play music, his audience is way too young to know. It still manages to get everyone off their feet. Well, almost everyone.
Everybody gets involved, family, friends, everybody.
It could be Mr. Saxophone and Friends' signature style.
We entertain them more as adults and not as silly willy cartoon characters.
But whatever it is about them, kids will dance like nobody's watching.
The air guitar thing is always a riot, you know, when they're, just grinding it out on the guitar when they're 3 years old, you know. But I think the craziest thing is how innate rhythm is. Little babies will dance, you know. They don't have to be taught that.
When Farber, or Mr. Saxophone as the kids refer to him, is not entertaining at schools or festivals, he's part of 3 other bands.
I've got a club band called Kingpin. We play every weekend. I play in a trio called Rich Mahogany on Wednesday nights at Trainwreck. Every winter I do a Pink Floyd tribute show called El Monstero.
And all of those have a very different audience.
From the sublime to the ridiculous.
But being in Mr. Saxophone and Friends doesn't ruin his street credibility, at least not with his other band members.
They've all got kids of their own, so it wasn't a problem for them at all. You know, I was like, well, yeah, then I can have my own kids come out.
The bread in the pan for a minute or two.
And when kids can't see one of their favorite rock stars in person, he's now around wherever they go.
The CD we did is it's sort of folk, it's sort of rock. I always envisioned somebody listening to it in the minivan, you know, on the way to somewhere. And apparently that's where it gets the most play.
There's just something about the way Mr. Saxophone and Friends knocks children off their feet.
To book a gig with Mr. Saxophone, you can call 314-740-3714, his website, mrsaxophone.com, and you can check out where he's playing next and his rates as well. I just think it is hilarious that he plays Pink Floyd in a Pink Floyd band, and then, you know, for kids.
Those kids making up their dance moves, that was very cute.
Yeah, and, you know, actually what was interesting, a parent came up to him and he said, as a musician, thank you for playing real music, you know, not all the silly stuff, and kids love it.
Something that parents and kids can appreciate
In the
together.
minivan, Wendy.
All right, I might have to do it. All right, thanks, Dana.